Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What's a cheat code you discovered in real life that actually works? Compliment people, not every time you see them, but every once in a while. Be sincere about it. They will be happy and they will be nicer to you and you will be happier as well. It's important to be sincere though. I work in corporate and I've dealt with too many people who will compliment you before trying to get something from you. It's so off-putting and makes me not want to do the thing they're asking for. Here's something that has worked for me to be genuine and positive. I decided about 10 years ago to tell someone any positive thought, observation I have about them. So, when I am checking out of the grocery store and I think, her earrings are cool, I make sure to tell her. This way I am not trying to come up with a compliment, which can result in more artificial results. I used to not say the thing I was thinking, but now I try to always share it if it's positive and appropriate. Bonus, this has made me more likely to look for positive things in others. Also, this has just naturally opened doors and opportunities for me. I have had great conversations come from it, as well as freebies and upgrades, which is not why I do it. I'm a bouncer at a club. People give a lot of attitude when I don't let them in cause they forgot their ID or it's expired. I've just started being like, yeah man, I totally get it, but that guy, I point to a random patron near the door inside the club, works for the liquor board. He's doing a sting on me right now and he's watching everything I do like a hawk. His partner could have a fake, an expired ID, no idea. 99.9999% of the time it immediately diffuses the situation while eliminating the "nobody is gonna know" excuse and the person leaves without a hassle. I tell my kids that they can blame me for whatever situation they want to get out of if their friends won't take "no" for an answer. You don't want to go to that party. Tell your friends I'm making you do extra chores or something. Make me the bad guy. I promise I won't care if your friends don't like me. It works. My older two kids have used it at least once each. My mom turned this into a thing for me, an introverted kid with much more gregarious friends. If I called home to ask permission to go somewhere, do something with my friends and she said yeah, I could just go, come on, please. And it would turn into a loud no. This is a great trick. Meeting people where they are makes them feel heard and validated. We recently had a tax snafu that messed up people's W-2s, and people were justifiably pissed. Telling someone that, thank you for your patience, please calm down, is a surefire way to make them more mad. If they are at a 10, getting mad at the situation with them was so helpful. Yeah, I'm so mad, too. This affected me as well and I get how it's inexcusable that a payroll vendor messed up this bad. If they are chatty, you can be, too. If they just want the answer, keep it short. If they are cursing, you can drop a choice word. So many situations are diffused by simply reading the room. As a young security guard, I occasionally had to escort people off the premises after they'd been fired. I found that being agreeable plus making suggestions for further action was the best way to get people in the cars and off the property quickly. Damn, sounds like that harpy in HR really did have it out for you. My advice is don't wait on this, go straight home, and log on to the Department of Labor website and do two things, file for unemployment, and file a complaint about this whole thing. Gotta get the ball rolling, you know. I knew that they'd been fired for sexual harassment or theft or whatever, so their complaint was going to go nowhere, but still, it made me seem to be on their side even as I was walking them out, and they would hopefully cool off while doing all that paperwork at home. Like Kelly from The Office, customer service, this is Kelly. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's so messed up. Everyone here is so upset, you have no idea. I'll be thinking about you all day. Quote. People think I'm a genius because I read the manual. A few years ago, I took a part-time job at Macy's so I could get out of my in-laws' house while my husband wasn't home. He worked second shift, my main job was first shift. I give the training because I truly did not care about the job, the store, or really even the paycheck. I just wanted to not be home and I couldn't afford to pay to spend time anywhere. I was mostly in the clothing section, but every so often I would cover in the housewares, luggage department, even though I did not have any of the specialized training. I sold so much shit there. Customers complimented me on how knowledgeable I was. I literally got bonuses for good reviews. It was all because I could read the box quickly and summarize it to the customer. I didn't know jack shit about anything in there. I could just read quickly and upside down, which is probably what made the customer think I just knew things instead of reading. Closing parenthesis. This was my experience when I worked at Home Depot. I both loved and hated that a customer could be holding the box and ask me a question. I asked to see the box, find the information on the box and inform them, sometimes reading straight from the box, and they act like I just did the most helpful thing ever. Those interactions were much preferred over people who acted like my lack of a tallywhacker made me unsuitable for selling hardware though. Dad used to say, the manual is what you read after you put it together and it doesn't work. Quote, anytime my husband and I start to build or install something, me, where is the instruction manual? Him, hand me that big piece first. Asking people to do an extra step before you do something for them greatly reduces unnecessary requests. Example, yeah, I'll resend you that file you can't find, can you please tell me the date I sent it to you so I can find the email? They have to search for the email and find the file themselves in the process. Works great with lazy coworkers or students. Lol, I'm a teacher and I do this with my students. Kid, I need help with question 5. Me, okay, can you read the question out loud to me? Kid reads the question. Oh, I get it now. As someone in my first year of a teaching degree, I'm going to have to write this one down, cold sweat smile. When you have tradespeople to your house to do a job, remember that they're people too and be hospitable. I asked our plumber if he wanted coffee or a Danish, since I had some, and he didn't charge me the $500 to rod out a drain. He thanked me and said, people don't always remember we're people too. I offered muffins I was going to toss to our building intercom repair guys and they gave me a 10% discount. I'm not saying you should expect these things, just that people appreciate consideration and will sometimes reciprocate. We always offer a soda or water and use of our bathroom. Big deliveries get a cash tip. When we've had workers over several days, my husband feeds them at least once. This must have been well over 15 years ago now, but my dad had a couple of electricians doing some work on our property. Can't remember if it was our bunkhouse or the cabin, but anyway, they were working. This is in Wyoming in either late winter or fall, but there was melted snow on the ground. Weather was nice enough for my dad to use his smoker for some reason. Anyway, Dad was making some ribs, and at some point realized he had way too many fucking ribs, so around 3:30 that afternoon, he tells the electricians to quit working and get some ribs. To me, this was the wildest thing I'd ever seen. I was still in high school, and we didn't just invite people like that. So they get to spend the last hour just bullshitting with us, telling stories, eating good food, you know, breaking bread, and maybe a single beer each, but I digress. I remember one of them saying though he always liked working with cabin people, because you'd always get a cool experience or story out of it. This was years ago, but the happiness from that sticks with me, and even though I don't need work done, renting, I'll sometimes invite door knockers in for a cool drink or some snacks, and coke at their Mormons. When you need stubborn little kids to do something, thumbs down, it's cold outside, put on your coat please. Thumbs up, do you want to put on your unicorn coat or your flowers coat? The illusion of choice does wonders. My son, neither of both. Edit, however, a trick that works wonderfully with him, thumbs down, in 10 minutes we leave for daycare. Thumbs up, you have 10 minutes left to play. He makes so much less fuss. It's whack. Thumbs down, TV turns off in 2 minutes so we can get ready. Thumbs up, if you get ready we can watch 2 more minutes of TV before we go. This usually ends up being more because he doesn't drag his feet doing everything. Thankful people get more. More invites, more gifts, more everything. Take that 5 seconds and thank that friend for inviting you over, or for helping out with XYZ. 5 seconds of effort. That's why my mill isn't getting my help when she moves next week. Still haven't gotten a thank you since I last helped her move 7 years ago. I even rented a truck that time, which she didn't pay either. It amazes me the differences between people who always say thank you, those who forget to say thank you, and those who feel entitled to your time, effort, money and compassion and refuse to say thank you. For any non-violent conflict, treat the problem as the enemy. The other people in the conflict are your greatest allies in destroying your enemy. So many people are terrible communicators, and when you can actually facilitate these things, it makes everyone feel much better and issues actually get solved in a respectful way. I had to tell a new coworker who's in high school on Saturday, a disagreement does not mean a fight. Most disagreements stem from a lack of information. I think she took it to heart because her behavior has started turning so much better. She's at that age, socially, where things like that are priceless information. Adulting is so damned complicated. Using we-based language rather than I-based language works wonders in collaborative problem solving. You'd think it's common sense, but I've seen proof of the contrary. You'd be surprised what people will do for you if you just ask. My mom was really big on, you won't get what you don't ask for, so I grew up with a lot of practice just asking for what I wanted. When I took this to the real world, people were always shocked at how just asking for something nicely can get you exactly that. In Mexico we say, quien no habla Dios no lo oye, God can't hear those who don't speak. In the northeast of England we say, shy bairns get nout, meaning shy kids get nothing. I just got $100 off a new fridge because I was on the phone with my wife while talking with the floor representative, and she said, ask if they can take $100 off. I thought, that'll never work, but I asked and, lo and behold, they did a search, found one cheaper, and price matched it. You'd be surprised how often this works, especially on large purchases. Ask to talk to a sales manager and ask if they can do anything on the price. It's worked for me at Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, Meijer, etc. Start taking your seasonal allergy meds at least 1 month before you actually need them. Thank you, random stranger who told me that over 10 years ago. Haven't had a bad season since. Yes. And don't stop until the season is definitely over, as you only feel better because they're working, not because the pollen has dropped. This goes so hard for depression meds too.